Hey guys, I thought I would do a bit of a vlog, I guess, an update on where I'm at, what things are going on in relation to the mental health situation. Um, it's winter here in Australia, which leads to its own set of issues. Touch of seasonal adjustment disorder going on. So I actually upped my meds after consulting with a doctor, obviously. And I have to say that it seems to have helped a bit. There's been a bit of a lift in my mood. Not necessarily all day long every day, but just a little bit here and there. I actually made the comment on Facebook that it's kind of like having the dark clouds start to lift, but then there's like this hulking shadow behind me who occasionally takes swipes with razor sharp claws, because he really is a bit like that. It's kind of like you're not really expecting it, and then you kind of, it's almost like it spikes, and you feel yourself kind of get hit with something. So it's been kind of tough with the media stuff that's going on. Maybe people in America aren't as aware of some of the stuff that's going on, or in other countries. But there's been a royal commission going on for a while now into abuse in the church, and also a bit in sort of government institutional type places for children. There's also been two very well-known figures being convicted of child sex offences. One of them is Rolf Harris, who I grew up listening to as a child. Very difficult adjustment to make, that one. And the other one is a man by the name of Robert Hughes, who's actually an actor, was on Australian television for quite some time. And there's also a movie called The Devil's Playground, which is just about to come out, which looks at basically abuse in the church to a certain point. And that's having all of this stuff constantly pushed in the media, on television, can be really hard to take. I think a lot of it comes down to whether you've got closure or not, whether you can deal with it. I obviously did not get closure in my case, which makes it really hard to deal with. However, I did hear a lot of people who were quite unhappy that Rolf Harris's sentence was so, what they considered, light. I think he got 5 years and 9 months. The fact is, he's an older gentleman. He'll probably die in jail. The fact is, though, he was charged, convicted, and sentenced, and a lot of people from child abuse backgrounds never get that. It just never happens. So at least his victims got something. They got justice. Maybe it wasn't the justice they wanted, but at least they got something. And it's one more of them off the street. And the reason I'm going into this is because all of this stuff in the media has an impact on my mental health. I find myself, my mum tends to watch the news every night, and there's always something on. I tend to put headphones in a lot, so I don't have to listen to it, because it actually affects me and can make me quite agitated and upset. But I do feel like I'm progressing. I'm sort of, little achievements. Things like walking my daughter to school, which doesn't sound like a big thing, but for me, I kind of stopped doing that for 6 months or more. So that's a good thing for me. It's apart from the fact that it's exercise and fresh air. I feel like I'm actually doing something then. Also, I'm getting out of bed and getting dressed, which is always a bonus. I've been down the street on my own a couple of times, which again doesn't sound like much, but I've kind of got a bit of agoraphobia going on, and the problem is I usually spend like an hour down there and then I'm kind of like freaking out and have to call someone to come pick me up, which is a bit sad really, but at least I'm getting out and doing stuff. Yeah, and so that's all progress, that's all good stuff, that's, the kind of stuff you want. It's learning to be kinder to myself and not put so much pressure on myself to do more and be more and that sort of thing. But yeah, I just thought I would do a quick update on where I'm at. And for those who actually are interested, yeah, so I will catch up with you guys again soon. See ya.